gambling. I didn't give up. I said, I'll make the money back. And that motivated me even more. So I spent so many hours reading books, going for seminars, researching companies, and today I can make money in the markets because I lost so much money in the past.
Yes.
So people never see the hard work and the failures that goes before success. But to succeed in anything, you have to fail many, many, many times first.
Yes.
So do it as early as possible.
Yes. Adam is known for giving great advices to companies in times of economic difficulties. And here in Vietnam, that is no exception. We'll have a look in the following at how he's helping Vietnamese companies in this time of the country integrating more into the world.
The world is changing quickly. In the old days, companies had to compete with local teams and local companies. Now they have to compete with global ones and the global marketplace. If they do not invest in helping the employees innovate and change faster than the economy, then they are going to be left behind. According to Adam Khoo, the key here is to empower the employees with the right mindset and give them the right strategies in order to be able to outmaneuver the competition. He calls it personal effectiveness.
Personal effectiveness, or I call it personal mastery, is a person's ability to bring out the best in themselves. They must be very focused on their goals, able to motivate themselves to follow through. They must have the confidence to be able to communicate effectively. And all companies, all individuals go through setbacks. They go through failures. But when you have got the personal effectiveness, you can bounce back from the setbacks and become even stronger as a result. So many people, they have got good credentials. They've got master's degrees, they've got degrees from top universities. But if they don't have the personal mastery to bring out the best in themselves, they will not have the competitive edge against the competitors. So to me, that's even more important.
Most participants in Adam Khoo's workshop for personal effectiveness are high-ranking managers of companies and organizations in Singapore and several Asian countries, including Vietnam. Adam Khoo engages them in some carefully crafted games and activities to show how they can make their fortune and, most importantly, how they can achieve the same results given the right guidance and tools.
Trong khóa học người ta khai thác rất là nhiều những cái điểm về cảm xúc của con người. Chẳng hạn như một nhân viên nào đấy trong nhóm của mình, bạn ấy có một cái giá trị về gọi là được nhận biết về những công việc bạn làm hay những giá trị về gia đình, thì dựa trên đó người lãnh đạo của nhóm có thể đưa ra những cái động viên đối với nhân viên, hay là đưa ra những cái khích lệ hay những cái quan tâm thăm hỏi về gia đình. Đấy chính là những cái cảm xúc giúp cho cái người nhân viên đó làm việc tốt hơn trong nhóm của mình.
For an experienced headhunter like Dao Kheng-chi, the most practical thing she gets from the course is that she can perform better interviews to match talents with employers and career opportunities with professionals.
Trước đây khi mà mình có gặp tư vấn hoặc là phỏng vấn ứng viên thì thường là mình sẽ bám rất là sát vào kỹ năng và kinh nghiệm của người ứng viên đó, và thường thì nó sẽ rất là mất nhiều thời gian. Thế nhưng gần đây thì mình đã có đan xen một chút về chuyện phân tích và về giá trị của họ, về điểm mạnh điểm yếu của họ, và từ đó thì mình rút ra được rất nhiều những cái nhận xét cũng như là những cái đánh giá nó kỹ hơn về người ứng viên đó, và bản thân cái người ứng viên đó người ta cũng cảm thấy rất là vui khi mà được chia sẻ.
To date, Adam Khoo has trained 350 organizations in sales, team building, leadership, and NLP training across Singapore and other Asian countries. This has helped them learn the best practice and the strategies used by the top organizations to bring out the best in the staff.
Talking about, businesses, you've had 12 years of experience in corporate training, and we'll go back now to the story of these few years, the whole world, and particularly here in Vietnam also, kind of having to deal with recession and the effects, the negative effects of the crisis, economic crisis. What advice would you have, and I know you mentioned this before, but if you can elaborate on the advice that you would have for businessmen out there who are getting a little bit anxious and not sure if they're going to be able to make it?
So all businesses in any country will always go through good times and bad times. And in good times, everyone makes money. It's easy, right? But it's in the bad times that only the good companies will make it, and the lousy ones will not make it. So how do you become a great company? How do you make sure that your company continues to grow? The big challenge people face is innovation.
Yes.
Okay? So as a business, if the way you do business is the same as everyone else, you're not going to last very long. Because you always compete on price, and in the end, you're going to lose money. But if you can keep innovating the way you do marketing, you innovate your product, innovate your service, innovate your brand, that's how you get ahead. So the first thing is the leadership has to think innovation.
Yes.
Right?
Renewing yourself.
Yeah,
constantly.
to change the company, the leader has to change. Either you change the leader or the leader changes the mindset. Okay? The second thing, or the challenge they face is how do you keep your staff motivated?
Yes. Talent retention.
Yeah, because in recession, people lose their motivation. You have to cut their pay, right? To retrench people, right? So again, it goes back to the company must have a good leadership to be able to keep motivating the staff, build up the morale, so
Yes.
people feel that we're in it together and we'll fight hard to build up the business.
In terms of the training, you know, you've spent 12 to 15 years of training and coaching people. Do you think you have been in a learning process as well? Have you kind of built this method for yourself in order to train people better?
Of course, absolutely. So, in fact, every time when I conduct a course and I'm teaching the CEOs and the directors, I'm learning as well. And after the course, not only do they get better, I get better.
Yes.
Because in every course, we've got different company CEOs with different problems. And sometimes they come up with a problem that I've never seen before. And they say, Adam, how do I solve this? And I go, okay, I've never seen it before, right? And during the course, I think about it, and we strategize, and we come up with a solution. And so what happens is, I learn a new way of doing it as well, right? And you can imagine, when I do corporate training, I work with people from different industries, from
Yes.
advertising to food and beverage to hotels and all that. And I start to learn their business,
Yes.
right? And yeah, so I can only get better as well.
Great. You know, we mentioned earlier that this advice for business leaders to motivate their crew and to motivate their staff. So how do you motivate your staff?
Okay, first of all, I always believe that you have to hire people who are smarter than you, okay? Because a lot of CEOs have this ego, right? I hire people who are not as smart as me. So I talk, they listen, they don't question. No, you can't do that. If you do that, see, I believe as a CEO, if you're the smartest person, your business can't grow. Because your business only depends on you. And the moment you die, your business dies. I believe as a good CEO, you hire people who are better than you
Yes.
at what they're good at. All right? So I hire people, so my accountant is better at finance than me. My marketing is better in marketing than me. They're all better than me, right? So I believe that when you hire people who are great at what they do, they are normally already motivated a lot.
Yes.
Now, once you find the best place, you got to train them. So you got to invest a lot of time training them. So I train a lot of my own staff myself. I train them personally, right? And of course, you got to reward them. Yeah. Now, rewards is not just about money. Some people, you can give them a lot of money, they still don't feel motivated, right? So what motivates the most people the most is recognition.
Yes.
You got to recognize them, you got to love them, you got to say good job, you know, and you got to be their friend. And they must feel that the company is a family, right? Because people spend more time in the office than at home now,
Yes.
right?
That's true.
So you got to make sure the office is like a family. And that's why they want to keep coming back to the family. And you build a great culture.
Yes.
Right.
A good culture.
A
as
culture
well.
of, you know, helping each other. There's no blaming, there's no excuses,
Yes.
there's no politics. Yeah.
Yes. And going to work is fun.
It's fun, it's going to be fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
What would you say in terms of, you know, going back now to when you were 14 or 15, your dream was to become a millionaire.
Businessman.
A businessman, a successful businessman from that book, reading, you know, Anthony Robbins. What is your dream now? What is your goal? What is that point that you're trying to reach to?
It's very interesting. Right now, it's not about making more money. It's not about building my business. It's just about impacting as many lives as possible before I die. Because I don't know when I'm going to die, right? You know. So I want to make sure, because I always say that when I die, it's not what I take from the world. Because I can't take anything, right? It's what I leave behind. It is how many people I touch and make a difference to that is the legacy of my life.
Yes, this
Yeah,
legacy.
so that's my ultimate goal. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, Adam, for joining us here on Talk Vietnam and sharing your stories, sharing, this method of learning, this method of thinking, and keeping your mindset at a more positive pace.
Thank you for
very
having
much.
me. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Been fun.
Please
Thank
give
you.
him a round of applause. And that wraps up our edition of Talk Vietnam, this time with Adam Khoo. We hope that his words have helped you to basically be more motivated and basically maybe change your mindset a little bit and reach that goal that you have been, maybe it's hidden somewhere in the back of your mind. Thank you very much for joining us, and we'll see you more next time here on Talk Vietnam. Goodbye for now.